Hey, all right, so today I'm going to be going over the book that I read, and it's called Saving Lucas Biggs, and it's written by Marissa de los Santos and David Teague. This book was actually a 2015 and 2016 Blue Bonnet Award winner, and yes, it was on the awarded list for the Blue Bonnet 2015-2016 list, and this book is going to be for grades 3 through 7. And so this book is like super awesome. Just at the very beginning, just the cover of the page, or I'm sorry, cover of the book, is just really kind of magical looking, and kind of creepy if you're kind of looking at it in that way. And so it just kind of sparked my interest a little bit because it just looked a little magical. And so what's really amazing about this book is it's kind of really in your face at the very beginning. It starts off with this man, Mr. O'Malley, who is just on the very first page is sentenced to death due to being, I guess, being proven guilty for arson and murder. And so, and the judge is in control of all of this, and the whole town is saying, no, Mr. O'Malley is innocent, he's innocent, and the judge just he's very bitter and evil and just really seen as the antagonist throughout the entire book. Mr. O'Malley's daughter, Margaret, is actually the main character in this book, and she is just really trying to band together with her friend Charlie, who she's been friends with forever, and just really trying to band together and prove her father's innocence so he does not die. And so Charlie, Margaret's best friend, actually kind of brings along his grandfather, Joshua, who also was born and grew up in the same town that they're currently living in. And what's interesting is Joshua and the judge's name is Lucas Biggs. They were actually best friends when they were younger. And so the whole issue of this is kind of like, where did Lucas Biggs lose his soul, and where, what is going on? And it's really awesome because as this is happening, Joshua is kind of giving Margaret and Charlie kind of like a history of like what happened, and when he was a child and when he was with Lucas Biggs, the judge, and how they were really good friends, and how Lucas was not the way he is currently. So we find out actually later on, which is kind of the dun-dun-dun part of the book, is Margaret O'Malley actually has the ability to time travel. And then this leads to her going back to 1938, where Lucas Biggs and Grandpa Joshua are 13 years old, and just trying to save this whole situation of Lucas Biggs just kind of having no humanity anymore. And so, and then that resulting to present day 2014, and that's actually going to save her father from being put to death, which is super awesome. So it's a really great book. I really enjoyed it. I did a beginning, middle, and end activity. The first, beginning activity, I did the anticipation guide. So I have I have 8 statements and just a little checkbox before on top says true or false. And I'm allowing the students to look at the cover, which is really amazing because the cover, after reading it, actually has a lot of hints that are actually made with the vines and the tree branches, which is pretty cool. And then they're also able to read the very first page, where it kind of goes crazy with the whole, judging and all that kind of stuff. So after they read the first page and look at the cover, they're able to fill this thing out. For the during activity, I have this character chart that I made, and I also made the anticipation guide. But for this, there are so many characters in this book, and I personally actually got kind of confused during it. So I just thought it was super easy to kind of list the main characters that were being talked about every single page, really, and just kind of write some distinguishing things about them: significant event, personality, physical description, and then their age, depending on the year. Because again, they are time traveling is happening. And then lastly, I did a PS writing activity. I made this myself as well. And it just says, after you finish the story, write what you think happened to the characters next. Write 3 paragraphs from one of the characters' points of view. What's amazing about this book is each chapter is told by a different character's point of view, which is really awesome because you get that emotional factor, and you just get the dialect and everything from that character. So this helps as well. And that's it.